finances, relationships, current events, and many other topics along the way. Check out my next episode. What's good, everybody? It's man Big Don coming live naturally on the True Players Podcast episodes with my brother Joey G and my bro Ricky Kang joining us today on the podcast. We're gonna do a beautiful recap on the NFL Draft of 2024. I must say, before we get into that, I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory. I was over in AC watching both the New York Knicks Game 3 and the draft on multi-screens in the casino. I told my girl, listen, I'm gonna be at the draft. I'm gonna be watching the basketball game and watching the draft. You go gamble, do what you do best. And that's what she did. She came back and checked on me a few times, but I was focused on a Knicks game. You know, they had lost that game, but they came back and now they had a commanding 3-1 lead against the I'm drawing a blank. 76ers. And the whining 76ers, especially Embiid. Cry me a river.
Oh yeah.
Cry me a river. So, but we won't talk about that because that'll be for Wednesday's episode. I'm getting you guys over 2 episodes this week with my bro, my hermano Matthew Miranda going to join me on Wednesday night. The time hasn't been set yet, but we'll have a time set up for you guys, hopefully to discuss the preview of the second round for the New York Knicks. But on that note, let's have Joey G and we can introduce themselves to the people. Whoever's first.
Age before beauty.
What's good? What's good is your ugly one, your boy Rick Kane from Talking Random-ish barbershop style conversation. Y'all know what we do in the barbershop. We talk about a little this, a little that. Tonight I am glad to join you, good brothers, to talk about this draft. The pregame for the big game, just getting ready for football.
There you go.
Y'all already know who this is. Joey G, your co-host to the True Players Podcast, to Talking Random-ish, and your host of Beer Convo and Family, to be rebooted soon. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Got you, guys. Let's get right to the NFL draft. A lot of expected picks happen, and for me, a few shockers happened only because of the teams that already signed certain players in that position. They went ahead and drafted another guy in that same position. I'm kind of like perplexed behind that, but I felt for the most part it was a given that the Chicago Bears, as soon as they traded Justin Fields, they were going to draft Caleb Williams. Yeah. And all the hoopla about Caleb Williams, that you got some so-called professionals thinking that he's going to be a bust. We don't know what he's going to be until he hits that field. So
absolutely.
So Ricky Kang, let me know how you feel about that pick by the Bears.
I mean, like you said, you knew it was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen 2 years ago. That Caleb Williams, when he decided to come out, was going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. Chicago, they've been going through quarterbacks. I mean, they are like a few of the teams. They are quarterback short because last year, from week 10 on, they had the top 5 defense in the league. So he was missing quarterback. But to me, the only question I have about the whole thing is the weapons that Caleb Williams is coming into. Mm-hmm. Had they put that around Justin Fields, what would have happened?
Exactly.
Because Justin Fields' numbers at the end of the season was all right.
Mm-hmm.
So my only question to that would have been is, if he had had the type of weapons that Caleb Williams is coming into, what would happen? You know, hats off to the young man. He has to play. There's no curve. There's no grace period. He got to hit the field right. And the NFL is a different game. And he came from the weakest division, well, the Power 5 conferences as far as defense. Him and the Denver Broncos quarterback, who they took as a top whatever pick, Bo Nix. They came from one of the weakest conferences defensively out of the Power 5 conferences. So how they gonna stand to go up against NFL competition every week is going to be a true test to see what they come up with. So but like I say, we know what it is, and you already started talking about it early. Yeah, the draft went the way we thought it was gonna go up until pick number 8.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna let you do your job. We'll sit back.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna stay at Caleb Williams for a minute. We all know about USC quarterbacks.
Yes.
How does their game translate to a cold weather city like Chicago?
Man,
like I
and
said,
that's sorry.
No, so good. The best USC quarterback that I've seen in my lifetime has been Carson Palmer.
Yes. Well, to me, the difference between this USC quarterback and the other is a Lincoln Riley quarterback. That to me is an even bigger issue because the quarterbacks that he put out in the league, excuse me, when he was from Oklahoma, they hadn't panned out well. So yeah, it's interesting, but the tools that Caleb Williams had, this kid can throw the ball from one hash to the other hash, 10 yards, 10, 15 yards down the field on a dime. His ability to use his legs and keep his head up to make plays is so with that he has some intangibles that you want, especially in today's game. You have to have a quarterback that can do other things because the defense is just as fast as the offense nowadays. So you got to have a kid that can make plays, but he has the ability to make plays. But like I say, when the field get tight, when you got 20 in, and the defensive coordinator know you're a rookie. When I walk this safety down in the box and you read one thing, and by the time the play starts, the safety is somewhere else. What are you doing? How fast are you processing all this information?
Exactly.
Can you get the ball out on time? When your cornerbacks are jamming and throwing you off time. So these are the little things that he's gonna face, especially from day one. Because like I say, he's gonna touch the field now. He ain't got time to sit back and watch. So it's gonna be interesting. I hope he has success. But and another thing, Chicago is cold.
Yes.
That wind coming off the lake is different. To me, Penix would have been a better choice for that reason because he's played in the cold weather. He's actually played. He spent 4 years in Illinois. He got hurt every year, but he was there.
Right.
So that's going to be a major change for him. How he handled that cold weather is, oh my God, yeah. But that wind is different. That wind is different. Yeah.
Now, Ricky. Now, does his height bother you? He's 6'1".
Nah, hell no. Because if you look at even from back in the day with Drew Brees, you can. Offensive coordinators are smart enough now to they can work passing angles. They can move the pocket, do different things because you got 6'5" linemen, but they man down, pimp down.
My bad for that. Try to get a little comfortable.
I thought we had to send out a pimp alert. That ain't no.
Mm-hmm. We good.
Okay, but yeah. So I mean, but like I say, a lot of the big time quarterbacks right now are 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", maybe. So I think they're gonna get the right guys, and plus, like you say, you just had Justin Fields there, so you're used to that type of quarterback. No, you got to move the pocket. No, you got to create passing lanes for him. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. He's gonna have to get bigger because he's gonna take a pounding. He's gonna get hit, and he's gonna, like you say, and it's cold. He got to play Green Bay. He got to play Detroit. So he's gonna get tested. He's gonna get tested. But the hype don't bother. Doesn't bother me.
I don't bother you, okay? Because I'm just a fan of 6'4" and above quarterbacks. That's just me.
I mean, it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a cute thing. I mean, you got a 6'4" quarterback who hadn't won but one championship, but they think the world of him. So I get it, but like I say, the game is so different now. A lot of things are on the move. A lot of guys are on the move. And he's been 6'1" all his life, so he's used to that. That's the way he used to seeing the game. So, the offensive lines are better. So than what he's had. The receivers are better. Like I said, he got weapons. He got veteran weapons. So if he can get the ball out of his hand, which he should be able to do, if he can get it to his playmakers, he's going to be okay, I think.
Okay. Definitely. All right, so we let's go on to the Commanders. I still call them the Redskins. For some, I like the name. Just rolls better. I don't, after so many years of being called the Redskins, there's a big thing about the name of the team. To me, the Commanders will be the Redskins. Okay. So let's get on to Jaden Daniels, another quarterback selected. What do you think his impact going to be for the Commanders? Because they went from Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett last season, which in essence cost Ron Rivera his job. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ron Rivera's job was already in trouble, and I don't think because of the previous years, you wasn't gonna get what you needed 1 year. But Jalen Daniels, he's done some things. He's done some things in multiple places. He's another one of these today's athletes. He won the Heisman for a reason. And I think he deserved the Heisman. The kid played a good ball. And get him his number. He's your 6'4" guy.
Okay.
He's a little frail. He's a little frail, so he's gonna have to put on that weight, and he's coming from a dome, sitting in the dome. Oh no, LSU. No. But the weather is different. Oh my bad. The weather is different. He's in DC, so that weather is different. So, but he played in the SEC.
Okay.
So he's used to some of this competition. He's used to this. He's gonna be used to some of the speed. He's gonna be used to some of the head knocking, and I think he's gonna be okay. The kid, he threw for he threw for 3,800 yards last year, 40 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. So he protects the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he can throw that thing, and he can move when he needs to. He's an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I say, he's your 6'4" guy. So, my question is the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Ooh.
Those are my questions. Dan Quinn as a head coach. We gonna always go back to 28-3.
I knew Ricky was gonna bring that up. Oh man, here we go.
I mean, you can't look past that.
No, you can't. You can't.
But to me, what was a bigger travesty in Dan Quinn's being a head coach in Atlanta is after the Super Bowl when you let Shanahan go, but you also let all the coordinators and everybody up under Shanahan go, from the quarterback coach to the next man, then the next man, and the next man, and you once again put Matt Ryan in a position where he had another offensive coordinator, and so he had to keep starting over. To me, that hurt the Falcons after that Super Bowl more than losing the Super Bowl, because you took his comfort away from him, and he had to start over once again with another coordinator. And now you got old boy, pretty boy, I can't think of his name. What's the Texas Tech? He was in Arizona. What's this pretty boy name?
Lincoln Riley. Was it Lincoln Riley?
No, Lincoln Riley. I'm gonna give it to you. OC for Washington.
He was the head coach of the Cardinals with Kyler Murray when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
Then why can I his name? I know the guy, but it's not coming to my head right now. The name's not coming to my mind right now.
And of course, the Eric Bieniemy comes up. Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah. And his offense didn't do much in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So what make me think that his offense is going to be that much better in Washington? To me, you take your chance with Eric Bieniemy, because Eric Bieniemy had a Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Let him come in and teach a young quarterback. Okay, he may not be. Maybe he's too harsh to run the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
But he's proven to be a guy that can run you off.
Right.
And your number one quarterback and your best. So that's going to be what Cliff can get out of. Now the plus with Cliff Kingsbury is the style of offense that he runs. He runs a fast break type offense. So that's going to be the plus. But at Texas Tech, you didn't know Patrick Mahomes when he was at Texas Tech.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely going to be interesting to see.
Okay, cool. So next up is the team I hate the most in my lifetime is the New England Patriots. Picking up drakemaye from North Carolina.
I don't think you got to worry about that, huh?
No, we ain't got to worry about that no more. I don't know, because the last quarterback that was picked. I mean, I'm lying, but the last in the Carolinas, the last quarterback that was picked was Daniel Jones, and how did he turn out? Even though he's from Duke, UNC and Duke ain't that far away from each other.
Well, the only caveat I have to that is Bill Belichick did not put that kid in a good position by not having the offensive coordinator.
With Mac Jones, yeah.
Mac Jones, yes. So the year he had a good year, a decent year, he had an offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator take a job. Now you got Matt Patricia and basically me and you coaching him on
Joe
offense.
Judge.
Yeah. And so you don't help the young kid out.
Right.
Well, now you got Gerard Mayo, he's been a long time New England Patriot, from playing to now coaching. Who's the offensive coordinator? I don't know who's your offensive coordinator there.
That I'm not too sure. I know Bieniemy.
I'm looking it up because that to me is a
Big
great
key.
question because to see because
I don't think he kept Bill O'Brien though. I know that for sure. I don't think he kept him though.
I hope he did.
Would have been
I
smart
hope
to
he
keep
did.
him.
Huh? You trust Bill O'Brien?
He came from that Charlie Weiss tree.
Okay.
Josh McDaniel tree, you know.
He did good in college. You see he destroyed the Houston Texans. But like I say, it depends on who Mayo has on that side of the ball, coaching and bringing these young kids in. Because the thing about it, he's probably gonna have to play. He's probably gonna have to play.
Definitely.
When you're a first round pick and pick that high, you going that early for a reason. That means the team needed you there for a reason. And he's another one. You're 6'4", 230. He got the build. He can stand the pounding a little bit. And with him being in the cold weather, because the New England winters is harsh. So
not as bad as Chicago. Not as bad as Chicago, but we get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. These young quarterbacks that went to these teams, to me, the one that's in the best position is Caleb Williams because of all the weapons that he has around. And the coaching staff has been there. Like I say, so that's the good part for Caleb Williams. Now it's gonna be interesting because you're gonna have that rookie wall, you're gonna have rookie mistakes, and New England, they gotta face the Jets defense, they gotta face Miami,
Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
I think Buffalo took a step back, though. I think they took a step back.
Yes, when you don't replace replace the weapons that you took, you gave away a weapon. You trade out so that Kansas City can get a weapon that you need. Buffalo definitely took a step back. So New England is. I actually see them once again being either third or fourth in that division. I mean,
they
better
be.
Well, I mean, it's up to your Jets, really.
Yeah, it's always up to my Jets. Offensive line is the problem. Offensive line. I tell my Jet fans. I mean, we've been spoiled from 1998, probably even 1997, to about 2015 of top 10 offensive line play. Where during that time you had 2 Pro Bowl centers and an All-Pro left tackle. And when all that shit went away, the offensive line play dwindled tremendously.
Well, and then, but like we was discussing before we got on, y'all have kept top defenses. So your defenses, and y'all kept a run. Y'all have kept a running back through all those times. The common denominator has been your quarterback play. You had 1 year Brett Favre, and he threw it away in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all picked up his successor. He played what, two plays?
2 plays.
Three?
Three plays. He made the third down.
Yeah, he made the third down. So, and I don't know how many hot wassles he done did, and he's an advanced age one, and then your quarterback, you went and got Jordan Travis, who's coming off the same injury, pretty much. But the only thing is, he's 22.
Yes.
So, but the good thing is, you pick, like I said, you went and got one of the best offensive tackles to try to rebuild that offensive line. So the Jets, like I said, defense is gonna carry you once again. You got your running back in place. You got young receivers that's stars. If y'all get quarterback play, y'all can take over the division.
I truly believe that. I'd like the pick of Olu Fashanu. Only problem is with him is I already seen him. He hasn't played one down in the NFL. I see 2 knee braces on him. That's kind of scary.
but you know, that's what most teams put those braces on linemen. For hell, them big motherfuckers, they huge and they got so a lot of teams put them on them for a reason. But hopefully, but the thing is, he's from Penn State, so he's used to the weather. He used to getting down and dirty, you know, and he used to playing top-notch competition because he's played the Ohio States, the Michigans. So he's been tested, which is a good thing.
Right.
You know? So it's going to be interesting. I think your division could be good. But it also going to be one of the things where it could be top-heavy and everything at the bottom is trash. So it's going to be interesting to see. And, you got another receiver, boy out of Western Kentucky.
Yep.
So it's Malachi Corley.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, Joe Douglas was wheeling and dealing all throughout the draft, trying to get more picks, trading up, trading down, getting more picks. I mean, he's trying his best to keep his job. So I mean, you can't knock that. But let's talk about the neighbor of the MetLife Stadium, the Giants, which they finally got a weapon for Daniel Jones to throw the ball to. And
but who is Daniel Jones, though?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna really find out now. He got weapons. He got Waller. He got this kid Neighbors. Let's see what happens. And he got Slayton now. The only problem is he don't have Saquon no more. So he's
and that's the question, because he got his deal off Saquon. We seen what happened when Saquon was hurt. Can he stand up and be the man? What you got? I mean, but the Giants got holes after holes after holes. Is this kid from Purdue supposed to be able to replace Saquon? It's going to be interesting. Saquon did get hurt, and Delvin Singletary is a guy that they picked up. I like Singletary. He came from Baltimore. He was in Houston last year. He got good numbers, and I think he's a guy that can help your young quarterback. But Daniel Jones was never that dude to me anyway. He had a decent year, but that year that he had a good year, a decent to good year, is when Saquon was healthy and got off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how that pans out. But like I say, Neighbors is a get somewhere guy. Coming from out of LSU with Jaden Daniels. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it.
Well, you know what, Ricky? The Giants never miss on LSU receivers. They remember they got OBJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the only difference is Eli Manning throwing him the ball. That's the only difference.
Yes. Well, Eli Manning was just as bipolar as all the rest of them. You know, he has one year he's the best quarterback in the league, and next year he's throwing for the most interceptions. So but he was consistently inconsistent at times. So, but you can depend on him. You can count him in when you had him. So, and that's the Daniel Jones has been more hurt than he's been healthy. And like I say, the one good year he had because he had a horse behind him who took all the pressure off of him. And then once he got that big check, so this is actually his making or breaking year. I was surprised they didn't get a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm shocked too. I thought that was going to be the move. I believe. Yeah. I think the thinking was, in my opinion, if Drakemaye had fell down to the Giants, I think he would have been the pick and not Neighbors.
I can see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah. I could definitely see that.
Because you could always find receivers. This draft was deep with receivers.
Yeah.
So you could have found them in the later rounds and do it like that. Another thing about the Giants, I feel they're heading to the right direction. You got the right coach there. Let's not get it twisted. They got the right coach there. Right mentality for New York. He has a plan, and they're trying to execute that plan. But they screwed up when they overpaid Daniel Jones, which cost you Saquon. Now you got Daniel Jones after this year. His contract is no longer guaranteed, so you can cut that man at any time you want, and not suffer a cap hit,
which is always a good thing. But who's behind it? Who is sitting behind Daniel Jones? Because last year they had
DeVito, Tommy DeVito, and Tyrod.
Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor. And the thing about Tyrod is you can always depend on. Okay, but this year they got Drew Lock.
Yeah, Drew Lock is back.
And Tommy DeVito. So you have you got a constant backup in Drew Lock, but Tommy DeVito shot. I mean, he had his moments. Quarterback is gonna be their issue.
Yeah.
Once again,
I think the Giants will be in trouble if you see Drew Lock starting.
Absolutely. You know, absolutely.
So
if he's on the field, your team is in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, one we talk about Bo Nix a little bit. He's going to Denver. Denver, they got the quarterback room. It's the shittiest quarterback room so far.
Man,
in possible NFL history. They traded for my former quarterback Zach Wilson. I was like, I would pack his bags for him to go to Denver.
Zach Wilson has to be one of the worst quarterbacks I have ever seen play the game.
Listen, Ricky, I seen these cats in the New York Jets groups. They love this guy. This guy was the hottest thing since sliced bread. They blame all the offensive linemen because of his troubles. Meanwhile, when he was traded to Denver, the Jets all could get a 6th-round pick. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold, you got a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold, in my opinion, Ricky, was sabotaged by Joe Douglas. I don't care what anybody tell me. That man refused to give that boy weapons to throw the ball to.
Hey, and that's one of the biggest things. You have to have weapons, man. You have to have, especially when you got these young guys. You have to give them something easy, somebody that they can see and know is there, and they can just get that thing out their hand, make some quick, easy plays, so they don't have to do too much. But even when Zach had that, but Zach was just terrible, man. He was just terrible, man. But the thing about Bo Nix, though, man. Did anybody watch his first 4 years? He was playing for Auburn in the SEC. Did anybody watch? Did anybody watch those games besides the SEC because he was trash.
Did he go on to Oregon too? Did he move on? Did he transfer to Oregon too?
Yeah. He went to Oregon. Yeah, and then the first game he played at Oregon, he had to play at the Georgia Dome against the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, and that was.
And ask him what happened that day. The same thing that happened to him when he was at Oregon. I mean, at Auburn in the SEC. I mean, he benefited from the fact that Oregon plays football on the West Coast, and there's no defense played out there.
Right.
So you can stack your numbers, but at the end of the day, when you got to play this talent, what you do then?
Right. So
that pick to me, but they say that what's the head coach? What's the dude name?
Sean Payton?
Yes. Yeah, Sean Payton. This is one of his guys, one of his type guys. He's a Drew Brees type guy. Okay.
Remember, Drew Brees was replaced by Phillip Rivers.
Yes, sir.
And Phillip Rivers, San Diego at the time, the Chargers had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in their freaking room. 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the room. This is not no quarterback room full of Hall of Famers. I see bust after bust after bust. I've done one of those busts already in New York, and then you got Jarrett Stidham. Wow. Yeah,
absolutely. He's been a backup for a reason.
Yeah. We wish Sean Payton the best of luck, but if he turns around one of these quarterbacks, he deserves a Coach of the Year for life, Hall of Fame Coach of the Year, because this is going to be an uphill battle for him.
Oh yeah, but but he is supposed to be that guy, Yeah.
So Ricky, I like the picks the Raiders got though. They got the replacement for Darren Waller and Brock Bowers. What do you know about Brock Bowers from Georgia?
Put the tape on. This man could not be covered. He could not be covered. Now, the only problem I have with Brock Bowers is not a problem with Brock Bowers. My problem is the last game that he played for. The last game he played for us against Alabama in the SEC championship last year, a game that he should not have been in because he was hurt. Right. So to me, the problem I have with him, I don't have with him because that's a coaching thing. They should not have had him on the field. So Brock Bowers is a dog. He's a slap mutt. He can block. He can catch. He can run. All 3 phases of the game is what they want. And I think if because he had a high ankle sprain, the thing was a high ankle sprain, so he hasn't been hurt. So besides that, I can see good things coming out of pending on the quarterback. That's the issue because we had heard before the draft that the Raiders was going to possibly trying to get one of those quarterbacks. So it's going to be interesting to see because they quarterback room ain't too many people heard of, They got Aiden O'Connell. He was all right. And you got Garner Minshew. So that's going to be the issue. But you got stars like Devontae Adams there. And you got people around that you can put around Brock to help him become a pro. But his ability is going to help people like Devontae Adams, provided your quarterback play is what you get. Good quarterback play. And he got a fellow Bulldog, Isaiah White, that was on one of the national championship teams. So that he's there, he can kind of, but he the difference between being in Athens and being in Las Vegas is gonna be night and day.
Right.
Is he gonna stay off the strip in Vegas? You know,
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be, you know, he a brand new kid with brand new money in a brand new beautiful place.
Yes.
You know, every week is a different set of victims. I mean, tourists in the city. So
Been one of them.
how you handle that? How you handle that is gonna be the question. Yeah.
Yes, so I want to go back because we Jim Harbaugh left Michigan,
Yes.
go to
Yes.
San Diego. He let Mike Williams work as a free agent, wide receiver. But there's some conspicuous moves, but this is what he does. With the fifth pick, he gets an offensive lineman, joealt, which is rated top offensive lineman on the charts. And then I believe he got a receiver later on as well in the draft.
Because you had to replace
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, yeah. You got Lad. Oh yeah. See, he already had his quarterback.
Yeah.
So you had to get some weapons. You had to solidify that line.
Mm-hmm.
Get you one of the best offensive linemen on the board to help your young quarterback. And then you go get him a receiver. You got Lad McConkey, whose hands are exceptional. He's quick. We like to call him Little Timmy around here. Because Little Timmy will catch that ball and he will get somewhere. So you got those kind of pieces. And you got in the 7th round, you went and picked up Jerry Rice, son.
A sleeper pick.
Yes, I think, yeah. And who knows, his daddy might be around. You can soak up some of that knowledge, get some game on how to become, you know, that's
greatest receiver of all time.
Anytime you can have a guy like that just coming around, just hanging around, you never know. And he Harbaugh got one of his players, you know, the linebacker.
The line from Michigan. Yes.
Yeah. And he was a pretty hard-nosed cat. Michigan defense stood up.
Yes.
They stood up. You see what they did to Alabama, and then you see what they did to Washington in the national game. So you got some pieces that's there, and you hoping that Harbaugh can take the quarterback, take these pieces that was there, combine them with the new pieces coming in, and change them. But the thing about Harbaugh that you're confident in, every place he's been, he's changed the culture of what was going on when he went to Stanford. He won at Stanford. When he came to San Francisco, he won at San Francisco. And when he went to Michigan, he won. You know,
that's right.
So you hoping he can bring that back to LA. The weather's beautiful all the time.
Oh yeah.
And the division that you're playing in, it's a beautiful thing. Because you're playing the Raiders. You playing the Chiefs. Now that's gonna be, you know, weather's gonna get a little different when you have to go over there late in the year.
Them in Denver. Yeah.
Hopefully hopefully for his first year, you know, the last time he got to play him is at home. It's not, you know, late in the year when it's 0, the wind is different, the air is different. So, but like I said, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I think that might be once again one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
So what would be we're running? I wish we could talk about the draft. We got so much. Draft is so much to talk about. The intricacies of the draft. You can't do it for the hour. You got
no. You have, but yeah, you have to have time, especially if you're a crackhead about it. and I'm a crackhead about it. So you know,
that's why I got you on the show, because this is your thing. I was gonna talk about Jets and Giants and their picks, but it's great to know other teams as well. I thought the 49ers did a great pick late in the first round. They picked up Ricky Purcell. There's rumors out that Brenden Ayuk may be looking for a trade out of there. So they got this replacement.
To me, do you get rid of Ayuk or do you get rid of Debo?
Debo, yeah.
Me personally, I might get rid of Debo because he's often injured.
Yeah.
Think about it. He spends a lot of time on the sideline. So if I gotta decide on which one to pay and which one to let go, I might keep Ayuk, bring in this young kid, let Debo go somewhere else and get his money.
Right.
Because one thing in a Kyle Shanahan system, you got players. You're gonna have players. He's gonna get players. And that offense is all, man, you got one of the best dual weapons in running back in the league. You got an all-world tight end. When he's on the field, he can't be dominated. Ayuk can catch that ball. When Debo, don't get me, and I'm not saying anything about Debo because Debo's a game changer, but he's often injured.
Yes.
Your quarterback has proven that he can play in the league. Another year is going to get Mr. Irrelevant going to become just that much more relevant. So, and the only problem with Kyle Shanahan is Kyle Shanahan. He thinks he's the smartest motherfucker ever. So, if you could get him to get out of his way, you're good. But as far as him putting his people in position to succeed, he's a beast at doing that. You know, so I'm interested to see. But like I say, if I had to get rid of one, I'd let Debo go. As much as Debo means, and when Debo's on the field, it's a difference. But he's on the sideline a lot. Yeah, that's my only problem with it.
Availability is the best situation you could have in any sport.
Yes,
you gotta
sir.
be available.
Yes, sir. Got to be available.
The time does not matter. You gotta be available.
Absolutely.
So, we like to kick the Cowboys' ass sometimes, a lot. Not sometimes, but a lot. And I've looked at who they drafted. I didn't see anything that really stood out to me as far as Dallas Cowboys goes. As far as they drafted.
You see their big sign? You seen the big signing today, right?
Which side was that? I missed that.
Oh, they brought Zeke back. It ain't nothing to shake your head at. They just brought Zeke back. Don't mean shit. It was breaking news, so I don't know why, but they brought Zeke back. Yeah, absolutely. That's the same look. That's the same look I had. Yeah.
I think Saquon going to Philadelphia turned heads a lot.
My God. I'm trying to figure out why they didn't try to. I mean, why him or big boy from Tennessee, Derrick Henry is not in Dallas. That to me would have helped the Cowboys. They would have helped them on the offensive side of the ball because you seen that old boy could not take the pound as a running back. Now their running back room is funny, man. They got Zeke, Rico, Doodle, Deuce Vaughn, Royce Freeman. Who? Exactly.
Listen,
exactly.
If they had gotten King Henry, I think that would have put them in the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yeah.
Would have put them in.
Because the quarterback was coming back. Dak was gonna come back. Yeah, Dak was gonna come back. So
Dak is not Zach. So I have more faith in Dak than I do in Zach.
He's not Zach, but in crucial moments, can he stand up? And he hadn't proven to stand up.
That's the big key.
And the head coach keep coming back.
That's it. Let's be honest about the head coach, Mike McCarthy. She got a ring. He didn't blow her like Shanahan.
He got a ring, but who remembers that?
True that.
And let's look at all those teams that he had.
Yeah.
How you got Aaron Rodgers? All those teams, you ain't got but one.
One ring.
And you had a 4-time NFL MVP guy.
You're right. But I'm gonna say this because I'm a proud Jet fan. If the Jets had 2 more minutes against Pittsburgh Steelers in that AFC Championship game, they probably wouldn't have that play. They probably would have won that ring. Probably have to be that ring.
Can I get a little cheese with that? Can I get a little cheese with that wine?
2 more minutes,
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. You know, there's a lot of women that say that around this world. Just 2 more minutes. Just 2 more. You could have gave me just 2 more, man. So yeah, but man, Dallas is the team that you love to hate. You either love them or hate them, and I love to laugh at them because every year all the headlines is gonna be Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, of course. But for the last damn 30 years, what have they done for you lately?
Nothing.
Exactly.
You all know that Jimmy Johnson was the man that was driving that car.
Yeah. And Jerry Jones' ego destroyed that.
Mm-hmm.
His ego. Nothing else but his ego. So it's gonna be interesting. But they did the thing that was hurting Dallas was the offensive line. I mean, they had lost a tackle, and the offensive line was getting old, so they did replace them by picking up a tackle off the board. And then to me, their biggest problem was the D-line play.
Yeah.
As long as teams was passing on them, they was all right. But hell, they can't stop the run.
Right.
Hit them in the mouth, and that to me wore on their defense. And to me, they waited to the 7th round in the 2nd pick to get a D-line.
Right.
When they got an edge rusher, but you got the pass defense wasn't the problem to me. Every time I watched it,
the run defense.
You can't stop the run.
You got to stop the run if you're going to be a good team.
Absolutely. I don't care how much they try to devalue the running back. If you can't stop the run game, you will not win in the NFL.
Nope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's how you kill the clock. You can't kill the clock with short passes because if it's incomplete, the time stops.
Yeah, the clock stops. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm kind of upset at my Jets because I felt, people tell me with the defense, you just told me the defense is not a problem, but the problem with the Jets is they struggle against the run. And I need another Quinnen Williams. That's Quinnen Williams.
Hey, man, y'all had some dog, boy. I just remember that. Oh, man. I remember when y'all picked up with the Quinn Williams. I wanted him. I think I was still a Falcon fan at this time. And I think y'all picked right before us or somewhere along the line. And y'all got him. I knew that kid was gonna be special. But y'all picked up Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
So that's gonna help. Like I said, Javon Kinlaw. I see y'all defense is still doing what it does. Y'all still got my boy in the middle, C.J. Mosley, who I wish never had left Baltimore. He's gonna continue to run your your defense. So, Sauce Gardner, one of the top cornerbacks in the league. DJ
Reed, on the other side of the fence. But their weakness is safety too. They picked up a safety in the draft, but nothing to be like excited about. In my opinion.
But long as that front end, which still looks pretty good, and your head coach is a defensive, he's gonna keep. I don't worry about y'all in defense. Like I said, I hadn't worried about y'all defense in 20 years. It's always been the quarterback play. And if AR-15, if he's healthy, You know, depending on how many drugs he did, how many huwasas he went up in the mountain and got, you know.
Or whatever yoga diet,
whatever the shit is that he does. I mean, because you got Pre-Saul is gonna be, he should be back to 100%.
Yeah.
You got Garrett Williams, you got Mike Williams, you got pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got pieces on that offense, you know. And you picked up Tyron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, quarterback play. But the good thing about it, y'all picked up Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor can win games in this league.
Yes.
He has won games, and he took Buffalo to the playoffs. He helped the Giants last year when Daniel Jones was out. So you got a guy that's capable.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that young boy out of Florida State, Jordan Travis, who you can let heal up completely.
Yeah.
So
let him
I like the Jets.
Let Jordan Travis be a sponge and take all the information in for that first year. So that the Jets have done with either Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold. Let him sit back.
Hold on. Hey. Zach Williams could have sat for 10 years. He is hot garbage.
Let me tell you something. When they drafted him, I wanted to throw up. I said, what's wrong with Justin Fields? What was wrong with Justin Fields?
Man, had him right there. Had him. Yeah. But like I say, I see y'all can actually, y'all in Miami should be fighting for the division all year.
Yeah.
Because I see Buffalo taking a step back.
Oh yeah.
And nobody knows what New England is.
I can see Josh Allen ask for a trade too, because you know.
Yeah, hell yeah. They get him a weapon. How you let Diggs go and not get, and then you accept the trade with Kansas City, and Kansas City go get the weapon that y'all need.
But you know, let's be real. Diggs was a bit of a diva though. He did that shit.
I mean, he is. But let's look at Josh Allen numbers before he got Diggs.
Yeah.
And look at his numbers with Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Diggs is a diva,
mm-hmm.
but when he stepped on the field, you had to account for him, and he made you pay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So let me tell you something, guys. It's been a pleasure having you guys both on the show. I wish we could do this again. We're gonna do this again, definitely. When we get down to training camp, Rick King is gonna be on every week recapping the NFL games. Bringing some insight to the college football scene. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing big things here at True Players Podcast, Random-ish Podcast. We're doing a lot of big things here. And just for you guys' entertainment. And most importantly, guys, stay tuned for Wednesday. I will announce the time that me and Matthew will be on. We're going to talk about, hopefully, New York Knicks going to the second round.
No, I ain't no hopefully. If y'all blow this bag. Listen,
I like to be cautious.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. Back in 96-97 season with the New York Knicks, they were up 3-1, and I'm quite sure they were going to beat Miami in Game 5. What happened?
Yes, sir.
We went home.
Is that the one where my boy couldn't make the layup? Oh,
no. That was the time when PJ Brown flipped Charlie Ward, the Heisman Trophy winner from Florida State.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm like, man.
I'm gonna say this before we end the podcast. I have no respect for Joel Embiid. You're gonna hear me talk about that more on the Wednesday podcast. I'm gonna say a lot about him. I have no respect to him as a basketball player, right, man. I think he just every time he cried for his MVP award. He cried for the fouls, and then he's here grabbing brothers by the ankle, surgically repaired ankle to do a flagrant foul. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's as talented as he is.
He's different.
Yeah, this whole crybaby, this whole soft shit. I can't stand it, man. I can't stand the crying. Man, shut the fuck up and play ball, man. You're the biggest motherfucker on the court. Dominate and win. Him and Tyrese Maxey, they got a nice 1-2 punch, but it's something about Joel. I mean, something about him, but yeah, I like what the Knicks put together, even without my boy Randall. It's gonna be a nice little thing. Hey man, and y'all talk about relationships. I'm a relationship guy. Have me on the show when y'all talking about that. I got some hell of an insight when it comes to fucking up relationships.
Well, what we doing? Child support or which subject do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir.
Point the finger at the guy and take no accountability for your actions. Yeah, I got you,
man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But man, hey, man, it's been a pleasure to once again be here with y'all, man. I thank y'all for the invite, and whenever you need your boy, holla at your boy.
Definitely, we will definitely be in touch. We're gonna have you again on the show as Boston is about to go take a big 3-1 lead against Miami, 81-59 in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so I ain't gotta watch that.
I'm expecting a big clash between Boston and New York in the Eastern Conference.
Boston and New York.
I'm expecting that.
Two of the Meccas, they are. You love it. Hey, and my question to that is, what is Jason Tatum gonna do? What is Jason Tatum gonna do? Supposed to be a superstar in this league, but when it's time for him to superstar, he can't superstar. What is Jason Tatum gonna do?
Not just Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown too. He got two superstars on the team.
Well, no. Jason Tatum's supposed to be that dude. He learned from Kobe. He been out there. He learned out there with Kobe. Jason Tatum is supposed to be that guy. There's nowhere in hell Miami's supposed to be playing with Boston. Nowhere in hell.
Especially without playoff Jimmy.
Well, especially without playoff Jimmy. Exactly. You are correct, my brother.
But I will say this: if playoff Jimmy was in this series,
absolutely,
7 games.
Absolutely. So yes, sir. But like I say, once again, man, much love to y'all, and thank y'all once again for having your boy from Talking Randomish in the building, man. I love it. Keep doing what you do, my guy.
Definitely. Ricky Kang, thank you for joining the show. Joey G didn't say much during the show, but he was my engineer this time. He was my engineer in the show, but I had to put him in on the screen. I told him, you got to jump on the screen, my brother.
Yes, sir. Gotta have some pretty in there.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
But on that note, guys, stay tuned. Wednesday, me and Matthew from the Jacoba Sports Show and Strickland, we're going to talk about Knicks basketball. Playoff basketball. I'll see you then. Peace.